Hey everybody, welcome to today's video. I'm Brian K, and today we're going to be talking about how to start phrasing some lines when we're improvising a guitar solo over a blues. Okay, so we'll be in the key of E today. It's key of E kind of day. Alright, so we're looking at a 12-bar blues in E, which will have E chords, A chords, and B chords, major of some kind. Could be 7s, 9 chords, but the key of E major, 1, 4, 5, 12-bar blues, okay? So before we get too far into it, if you dig the content that I'm bringing out here, like, share, subscribe to the channel, okay? Share with friends, let folks know about what's happening out here on the channel. And check my links in the description. There's links to cool things there that help me keep bringing the content out here. So with that said, let's dig into what can we do, right? To start improvising some decent sounding lines over a blues, okay? The most important thing is knowing that we're in the key of E, right? Which means that our E notes are really going to be the most important note. Even over the other chords, even over the A chord and over the B chord in our blues, we want to be really, really tuned in to E, the note, the E note, right? And you want to start to kind of, you want to get familiar where all the E notes live here on the fretboard so that you can say things revolving around that tonal center, okay, of E, because that's the most important note in our blues. It's going to be the home base note, which is E. So, having a knowledge of scales like your pentatonic, major, and minor scales will be important, to be able to start phrasing some lines, because that's going to be, those are like our melodic highways, that we're going to be cruising around in Bluesville to be able to say things revolving around the E note. So you want to start to target, in a nutshell, you want to start targeting your E notes, okay? So if you're in a blues, and E is the key, like it is today, you want to know your scale so you can do things like walk yourself into an E note, right? And I'm targeting in this case, right, this E note right here. They have the open E string, and I have the E note at the 5th fret of the B string. Okay, so that's the E that I'm targeting at the moment, right? So I want to just kind of work my way in my minor pentatonic in this case to that note and just really hover around and kind of hang around the E note. Okay, so do little things that we know, like maybe bend a string here and there, but always keep coming back, right, to the E note, because it's going to give us that resolution that you need to have, like that landing pad that you want to bring your music helicopter down on, right? Land on those strong tones. In this case, E is going to be the strongest one because we're in the key of E for our blues. Wherever these E notes live, and your pentatonic scales, right, you can just kind of work yourself over to those landing pads. In this case, right up here at I went from one E to another E, right? And really, really target that tone. And with bending, it's the same thing. If you're going to bend in your scale, right, targeting that tone. All the E notes that you can find are going to sound good if you can work yourself, to those tones. Key center is E, so those E notes are going to sound good. So you really want to get hip to where they live. If you're in the key of A, it would be the A note. If you're in a blues in B, you're going to want to know where all these B notes live, right? So, but that's the point. If you know where those notes are in your key, and you know some scales like your pentatonic scales, there's quite a bit you can do without having to get crazy involved with all kinds of licks and all kinds of, phenomenal things to try and play. Just keep it simple. Keep it simple. Hang around those tones. Okay, I'll give you some musical examples, right, so you can hear the concept in action. Okay, so as you can see, right, you don't have to play really crazy involved lines or anything. Just keep things really simple, know what key you're in, and hover around those home-based tones. Okay, and that'll get you started to begin improvising some decent sounding lines, on a blues, and get into the groove of that whole thing and how to start phrasing some cool sounding lines. Okay, thanks for being here today, and until next time, enjoy playing your guitar.